I am excited to be here today, but I think even more excited that I'm considered a youth speaker because Google defines youth as someone whose ages between 14 and 25. So I will take that and forever be a youth speaker wherever I'm called to. But as I stand here today, I'm filled with immense pride and gratitude to be a part of such a huge milestone event, 25th anniversary camp. This Monday, my childhood sanctuary holds an extremely special place in my heart. It has been a pillar of strength and guidance throughout my entire life. As a mother of 4 kids now, I often reflect on the concept of parenting and how to balance the demands of everyday life while raising children in today's world. Who I am today is a reflection of the values and the traditions that have been instilled in me by my parents, Kumar and Hansadabe. I know everyone has different upbringings. But for my sister Preya and I, we grew up in a home where we spoke Gujarati every day. We ate Indian vegetarian food. We did Aarti every day. We were, without a doubt, Sunday mornings had to come to the mandir, no question about it. There was no choice that we were given. We celebrated all the festivals, the traditions with great enthusiasm, and these practices were woven into the fabric of our everyday life, coexisting harmoniously with our Western lifestyle. What I realize now, and perhaps took for granted back then, is how all of these were sanskars, values, that were subtly yet profoundly being ingrained within my sister and I. Now, fast forward to 2024. What I see is that there's a struggle in how to balance the American and Indian culture, and this is a conversation that we've been having from what seems like the beginning of time. We've been talking about this struggle. I observed that for my parents' generation, maintaining Indian culture came more naturally, and adapting to the American culture was a little bit more challenging. However, for our generation, and certainly the next, the American cultures and values are ever present, and they've been starting to dominate. Preserving and nurturing our Indian culture requires the conscious effort. This is a crucial issue that we need to solve for, because if we don't, all of the cultural richness that we've inherited will be lost. So, for all the parents with children, I think under the age of 25, must be very intentional and selective in today's world in how to raise their kids. Even though I'm in my 40s, my mom still gives me parenting advice and tips, reminding me that parenting is a lifelong journey. It doesn't end at youth. And so sometimes what that means is prioritizing a Hindu activity over a birthday party, a basketball game, soccer tournament, social event, theme parks, right? All of that is very important. But what I realize is the reality is that today's biggest challenge that we all face is time management. And if we don't intentionally and purposely choose how we spend our time, we get caught in this endless cycle of busyness. So these types of activities like Bal Gokulam, Chekna, attending our celebrations and festivals, visiting India, teaching our kids about our language, the food, all of that, and making sure they know what their Hindu identity is, and participating in camps like this are the tangible actions that make a significant impact. So my message to all the young parents is that you are all on the right track because you're here, so keep doing what you're doing and stay focused because it will pay off. For example, I like to think of myself as someone who's completing the full circle. I started off as a student in Bal Gokulam. I became a teacher at Chetna. I moved away, got married, became a teacher at the Hindu temple in Charlotte, where I've been teaching for the last 16 years. And then now my children are attending the function there, and my goal for them is that they too will become students, will become teachers, will become parents, which will then pass the same thing on, and there's that cycle and that full loop that we all need to continue. So as we're talking about the 25th anniversary Hindu Heritage Camp, I reflect on this journey over the last 25 years because I've been part of it. I'm filled with nostalgia because I remember the early days with my family. We would help organize these camps. It was a collective effort filled with excitement and enthusiasm. We worked with Sanjay Mama, we worked with Abhay Uncle to create themes, agendas, menus. We assigned cabins. We, not knowing what the outcome would be over the years. But over the years, We have learned, we've adapted, we've improved, and we've built a community that feels like a family. The children who attended these camps as youth are now the ones leading and organizing the efforts. Parents who were once spectators are now spearheading efforts. It is so heartwarming to see how our Mandir community has come together year after year and has grown and made these camps successful as a collective effort. Just like my dad said, it's not a one-person job, but there have been so many people that have helped along the way. So I often wonder, what would my life have been like without this community? Without experiences at Gita Mandal before this was even built? Without Balgokulam, without family camps? These have all profoundly shaped who I am today. They've instilled in me the importance of Hindu sanskar, which is what I hold to the highest regard in my home. These values have given me the tools to navigate life's ups and downs with wisdom and steadiness. What our parents did subconsciously, we must do consciously to raise the next generation of Hindu youth. By keeping Bhagwan in the center of our families and staying connected to the Mandir, we can equip our children with tools needed to lead purposeful lives and contribute positively to our society. A significant part of my identity is rooted here in the Hindu temple of central Indiana. It was my first home Mandir and continues to hold a special place in my heart. Even though I don't live here, I've lived in Charlotte, North Carolina now for the last 16 years, I feel deeply connected to HTCI through my roots and the work that my parents and my sister, they all do here. And it brings me so much joy to see that my kids are even part of this community now. They're here in Indianapolis more than I am, as you can probably see with their Nani and Nanaji. And what brings me most joy is that they too are experiencing the same sense of community that I did in a city that they don't even live in. So imagine how special it must be for all of your children to be here. So in conclusion, I am so proud to be a product of HTCI, and I'm committed to passing on the Hindu sanskar to the next generation. So together, let's nurture these values that we're building and build a strong, united community that thrives on the principles of dharma, seva, and sanskar. Thank you.